Another segment of Focus in just a moment. Don't go away.
That was a great interview. I enjoyed talking with Dane about his life. Born here in Claiborne County, lived here all of his life, had a lot of interesting jobs and great family, so I enjoyed our conversation. Nice guy.
And everybody, don't forget, early voting starts tomorrow on the 16th, and that runs through the 31st. But then if you want to wait till Election Day, that'll be August the 5th. So.
You know, when early voting started, I didn't like it, but now it's, you know, it's
great. You get to beat the lines.
You beat the lines, you go, there are just a few people there.
All right, well, it's time for another commercial. We'll be right back.
Since 1973, DeRoyal has been a leader and an innovator in the healthcare industry. Throughout the years, technology has changed the way companies do business, and DeRoyal has responded to the challenge. From its humble beginnings as a cottage industry, DeRoyal has grown into an international corporation with over 29 locations worldwide. According to Pete DeBusk, Chairman and CEO, DeRoyal manufactures surgical accessories for acute care. They also manufacture products for aerospace, lawn and garden, and electronics industries. DeRoyal is proud to be the largest supplier of orthopedic soft goods to clinics and hospitals in the nation. DeRoyal's patient care division is divided in 4 subcategories, each with its own well-known orthopedic brand name. Customers can count on DeRoyal to deliver the quality they need, the product choices they desire, and the little extra that makes working together a rewarding experience. For more information, contact them at 1-888-938-7828 or visit them online at www.deroyal.com.
I am a rail splitter.
I am a rail splitter.
We are rail splitters.
I am a rail splitter.
I am a rail splitter.
Find your career path here. Visit lmunet.edu to start your journey.
We are rail splitters!
Your career path is here.
For great food, fun, and entertainment, visit the Oasis on Highway 25E in Harrogate, Tennessee with a new drive-thru to better serve you. At the Oasis, you can enjoy a great lunch buffet or order from the great menu that the tri-state area has grown to love. Pizza, salad bar, and a tasty sandwich from the deli. And don't forget your favorite beverages. Check out the live music each week at the Oasis, where regional and local bands strut their stuff to a packed house. Or stop by and catch the big race on the big screen. All roads lead to the Oasis, 6341 Cumberland Gap Parkway in Harrogate, Tennessee. Phone in your order, 423-869-8000.
Well, welcome back to Focus. Now, Tom, I don't guess you watched the World Cup final, but it was pretty exciting.
I was busy. I would have loved to have watched it, but I didn't get a chance.
Well, it was on Sunday, and Spain defeated, who was it that they played? The Netherlands. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's right. They did.
The Netherlands.
Yeah.
It was a big deal because neither one of those countries had ever won the World Cup, so they knew that whoever won, you know, it was going to be the first time World Cup victory. But Spain won. It was 1-0. So, but anyway, it's time for our next package, and this was an interview you had with Carl Whitaker.
And good evening. Welcome back to another segment of Focus, and it's time to welcome a couple of friends. A friend I've known a little bit longer, Carl Whitaker, joins us. Carl Twofeathers Whitaker, independent conservative candidate for governor of the state of Tennessee, and Chris McDonald joins us, and it's always great to see Chris again and talk with you guys. So thanks for coming in. It's our pleasure to have you.
I appreciate it.
We've talked on Focus once before about your candidacy for governor, and I understand you've sort of been out and about and talking to different people across Tennessee. You'd been out to Central Tennessee, and I talked with some people out there. How's the campaign going?
You know, Tom, I'll tell you what. You know, we're coming down the home stretch here. November 2nd, the election time, and of course you got the primaries coming up. But I won't be on the primary ticket. I don't have time to stop with that. I'm continuing on. I will be on the ballot.
Okay, you'll be on the ballot in
November. Yes, sir. Okay. In November, I'll definitely be on the ballot. The people will see me there.
So are you measuring your campaign to sort of really kick it into high gear after the primary elections in August?
Oh, absolutely, Tom. We're going to unleash. We got our ships and battleships all lined up, ready to roll. We've been surfacing around and putting them in position. And what I mean by that, we got people from one end of the state to the other, coordinators and stuff, ready to go. And we're going to find out who our opponent's going to be coming up next month here, August. I think it's the 5th. I'm not sure for the primaries and after that. But sometime in August, watch this take off. You're going to see a lot of things happening, radio, TV, and stuff. We're really going to go after it.
Mm-hmm. Of Chris, you all spent some time out in Sparta, Tennessee. What type of reception did you get out there?
We were very pleased with the reception. It was an amphitheater setting. We had been invited to come share with some other candidates who were there. It was sort of a meet and greet kind of event. And the reception was just absolutely phenomenal, I thought, because we didn't just stay at the amphitheater. We actually took some time and walked through the city, greeted some folks, just the common people that you would meet on a day-to-day basis, vendors, people, business owners, and to a person, people are very concerned about our state. They're very concerned, whether it's Central Tennessee, East Tennessee, West Tennessee. Sparta's not the biggest city in the state, but it is certainly a relevant city. And what we're hearing is that a lot of the mainline candidates are sort of not avoiding these cities, but they're not really taking the time to visit the smaller towns. And so a candidate such as Carl, who's independent, conservative, and he shows up and takes the time to let people know that he's concerned about it, it went a long way. And that's what we were hearing. The people were very appreciative of the fact that we took the effort to go to a city as such as Sparta. And the issues are the issues, and same thing we've been hearing all over: immigration, jobs, and healthcare. And those are the three hot topics of discussion right now.
Let me mention the website before we, and you address these issues on the website. I think you've got some photos from Sparta as well, and it's www.carlwhitakerforgov.com, and that's Whitaker spelled W-H-I-T-A-K-E-R. And it's the letters FORGOV.com. So we encourage our listeners to go to that. You mentioned something, and I'll just throw out and let you talk in any order that you want. But in some of the surveys, some of the top issues, of course, and I think President Governor Bredesen just said that we should be talking jobs. And I think on your website you talk about jobs, and more jobs. Illegal immigration is becoming an issue in the state of Tennessee, like it is out in the southwestern part of the country. And there are some other issues as well. Healthcare you've alluded to, especially healthcare for the elderly and veterans and things like that. Why don't you just, both of you, just take a little bit of time and talk about your candidacy and some of the things you want to talk about during the next few months?
Well, like Chris said, and like we'd heard, when we travel around, we listen to the people. And healthcare is an issue, immigration is an issue, and jobs. No matter how you turn it around. But I look at immigration. Immigration affects all that. Healthcare has been affecting healthcare. It affects the jobs. People saying that jobs are being taken by illegals. They want something done about that, and this present administration has not did that. Bredesen did a good job on other issues, but he has not come through on this immigration, as he should take a stronger stance, because if we can clear that up, we can create more jobs, and jobs will become available to the other people that's involved up there. Healthcare, the costs will go down here in the state of Tennessee, but we are getting full of nothing but illegal immigrants coming over daily. And there's a joke about this. As you come across the border from Mexico, and there's a sign that says "Head to Morristown," and that's, you know, someone said it's there. Not well, I was down that area, I didn't see it, but that's what they say. So everybody wants to head, of course, to Morristown and northeastern area up there.
And there are a lot of illegal immigrants in the Morristown area, and it presents some problems for the local government there, as everybody well knows. Chris, what were some of the things that the people in Sparta and other locations tell you?
Well, the immigration issue is very, very hot on everybody's plate, and unusually so. And it seems like this never comes up with the politicians except at election time. They never want to do anything about it until it's time to get reelected or elected, and all of a sudden they want to throw it out there and say, well, I'm for this or I'm against that. And look, we have not had a comprehensive immigration reform bill in this nation ever. There's been efforts made, and what has happened is what happened in Arizona. The states have had to take on the burden of dealing with this issue by themselves. Arizona's been left out in the cold. If not only left out in the cold, the government is actually fighting their efforts instead of supporting it. And I've got a feeling, and just based upon what we were hearing, Tennessee is going to have to deal with this issue very similar to what Arizona's done. Whether we want to or not, it's going to have to be done. It does affect jobs. It does affect health care. And it also, what it does, Tom, it lowers, I think, the, and I hate to use the word national security, but it puts a question mark over the security of our state as to if we can't maintain the law and enforce our laws for people that are not supposed to be here, then we're not going to be able to enforce our laws on anybody. We're not anti-immigration. We want to make that clear. We're not against people coming to our country or our state, but when you do it illegally, you're breaking the law, and something must be done. It's got to start at the top. It's got to start with a governor, such as Mr. Whitaker right here, who has pledged and fought for this. He's not just been doing this during election years. He's been fighting against illegal immigration for many years, and he stood against it, and he's made common sense efforts, common sense solutions out there to understand the plight of the illegal in a very compassionate way to deal with that, but also make sure that the Constitution of the state is upheld and the laws are upheld, because we're more concerned about the jobs that are being lost because of this problem. And let me tell you, it's not just us. Everywhere we go, we're hearing that. That's the number one, first thing out of everybody's mouth is, what are you going to do about the illegal immigration problem here in Tennessee? And let me make one other quick statement. The misnomer is that illegal immigration is a problem just for border states. That's not true. It's a problem for every state. But Tennessee is actually one of the states that it's a greater problem, and probably more than other states in the southeast.
Remember Hazleton, Pennsylvania? And that's a long way from the border with Mexico. Well, you know, the federal government's never going to touch it. And they will never touch it because of the Hispanic vote.
Exactly.
That's the reason, exactly. So the federal government will never touch immigration until it probably becomes too late. Before time gets away from us, why don't you guys just sort of close out for us? Any closing thoughts? Any place you're going to be that you'd like to get the people to come and see you? Maybe if somebody would like to offer to volunteer to help, maybe make a donation. Just talk to our voters in Claiborne County.
Well, I'll tell you, folks, I want them to really take some time looking at our website. Our website is a story, it's a Bible tells it exactly about myself as a candidate. We put as much as possible on there, and if they really want to know some more, you know, our phone numbers are on there. We don't hide from anything. Our phone numbers, Chris's phone numbers, on my phone numbers is on there, so you can call me directly. It's not like some of the other candidates that have websites that do not, that, you know, you've got to write an email to them or they'll wait to get to them. If you have a question about anything, call us on the phone. We'll try to answer it. We're easy to get a hold of. Even though we're traveling, they can do that.
And we're going to be making our efforts, as Carl said earlier today, after the primary is over on August 5th, you will see a lot more of the Carl Whitaker campaign. It's going to be something that's going to rivet this state. We're going to start in West Tennessee, in Memphis and Nashville, and those areas of the state are areas that we really are looking to go head on hard. Speaking of donations, Tom, we do need financial help. Look, all campaigns do. We're no different. And I made a joke last time I was here. We forget, some of these candidates do so much talking, they forget to ask you to vote for them. We want you to vote for us. We need your vote too, but we also need your financial help. And there's a way to do that online on our website, and we also accept checks and money orders. But any donations appreciated.
And you're absolutely right, because I've tried over a period of time to get some of the other candidates, not only for governor but for representative, and you go to their website and they'll either give you an email address or a phone number which no one ever answers. You leave a voicemail.
Our door is open.
And some will call you back and some I have yet to hear from. So, so you're absolutely right, and very few people seeking public office will actually put their own numbers out there. So the people watching this program can actually call and talk to Carl and Chris.
Exactly, and number's right on there.
What is that number, by the way?
Yeah, my phone number is 865-253-4479. 865-253-4479. And there's 9 times out of 10 I will answer it unless I'm on the phone. Anytime you won't get me is if I'm on the phone. But you know, and you know, Chris has his number. You can get a hold of him as well.
Okay. Chris, it's always great. Appreciate you coming by. We'll have to get together on